Hey guys, my name's Dipna Boholt and I'm here to invite you to a full 1 day of training that I've got coming up very close to you. Why is this going to be important to you? Well, let me tell you what I'm going to cover and why I'd love you to be there. I'd love to meet you and love you to be part of the journey with me. Here's what we do. First of all, I'm going to talk about how the ownership of properties becomes so important and how you need to own your properties, not just for now, but for tax reasons, as well as so that when things go against you, someone's not going to take them away from you. It's a big problem in this country and it's getting bigger. And I really want to stress that, and I really want to teach everybody how they can start to grow a significant portfolio safely and keep it. Keep it as a legacy. Keep it as a portfolio that'll live on long after you're dead and gone. You know, the kids have got it, the grandkids have got it. Something, really creating that long family trust fund. But how do you do that? That's a long way out in the future. So what I'm going to do in this one-day event is I'm going to cover some economic stuff. I'm going to tell you about hotspots around Australia. I'm going to talk about where our economy's at right now and what we need to be doing right here, right now to change your life. You might have heard some of my students talk about how they've been able to change their lives in relatively short spaces of time. Now, I will share some of that with you. I will share some of those moments so, you too can really look at what you can do in your circumstances to start to make a difference. Some of you have never really given yourself the opportunity to think about what's possible. You've never really stopped long enough to think and really think about where your life's heading, what it could involve, what you could do to make a difference, and what are the things that are going to make massive change in your life, or even what massive change in your life is even going to look like for you. Imagine whatever you earn now, whether it's 40 grand a year, 60 grand a year, 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year, whatever you earn now, imagine earning that money, the same amount of money, but passively. What's passive income? Passive income is about having that money coming into you regardless of whether you get out of bed or not, regardless of whether you go to work, regardless of whether you pick up a pencil, regardless of whether you do anything. It's passive. It comes in from income. Now, I'm about real estate. I'm not going to talk about shares. I'm not going to talk about anything else. It's about real estate. So real estate income that comes into you over and above all of the expenses related to that property, and you've still got some left over. So you've got rent coming in, you pay the interest on your mortgage, you pay your rates, you pay your insurance, you pay somebody to manage it, you pay some repairs and maintenance, and you've still got some left over. Now that's some left over. Imagine if that was $100 a week. That's $5 grand a year. That's $5 grand a year that you never have to get out of bed again forever. You never have to earn that money again. And you know what? The funny thing about passive income in real estate is that it actually increases in value. So if it's $5 grand this year, chances are it'll be $5,400 next year. Might be $6,000 the next year. Might be $7,000. You turn around in 5 years' time or 10 years' time and it's 20 grand, 30 grand. Passive. That's after paying all of the expenses. Now that money comes in regardless of what else you do. But that's just one property. Imagine if you got 2 of them, or 3 of them, or 4 of them. Or imagine if it's not $5 grand passive income, but it's 25 grand passive income. For some of you, you're now getting uncomfortable. For some of you, you're not really getting this, going, oh, that's not possible, they don't exist, not in Australia, da-da-da. We're one of the most expensive countries in the world because that's what the media tells us. Well, listen to this media. There's plenty of good properties around. There's plenty of passive income around. But you need to be educated. You need to be looking at certain types of property. You need to be looking at certain styles of investing. And you need to be doing this in a calculated, logistic fashion to a business plan that works for you. And the thing is, your business plan is going to be different from the guy sitting next to you because he's got a different personality. He's got a different amount of money that he's starting with. He's a different person. He's got different goals, dreams, aspirations to you. So I'll teach you how to do that business plan for yourself. I'll teach you how to go on a journey to make that happen for you. I was talking to one of my students today, and we were talking about the fact that if you continue to do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same results. And until you change things, until you change the way you think about it, first of all, the way you take action on it, then you're going to get a different result. So if you want a different result than the result that you've been getting over and over again up to this point in time, you're going to start doing things differently. And I'm going to help you with that. Come along and see me at the One Dayer. I'm going to teach you to think differently. I'm going to teach you how you can start to do that stuff. I am an economist. I am an accountant. We're going to go through some boring stuff as well as some good stuff. But I tell you what, you'll walk away from that day thinking very, very differently. You'll walk away from that day with some really serious knowledge behind you to make things happen. And you'll walk away with the opportunity to take a journey with me that will change your life forever. It'll change your life just like many of the students you've already heard from. And that's going to make massive difference. And the more people we can make that happen to, this world becomes a whole better place. Never again are you going to think about buying a negative cash flow property ever again. I just don't get this. You know, why do people go out and buy a property to lose money on purpose? They do it on purpose. You go out to buy something to lose $1 to save 30 cents. Isn't that ridiculous? But you know what? That's what we've been doing since 1985. We have been doing that since the introduction of depreciation on the 17th of July, 18th of July, 1985. And then the capital gains tax came in September of 1985, and that changed everything again. And ever since then, our whole investment strategy in this country has been revolving around negative gearing. I went to uni, and that's all I learnt. You know, 3 years at university, and you learn negative gearing, negative gearing, negative gearing. That's what you do. You save tax. You lose $1 to save 30 cents. You buy one, most of you can handle it. Buy two, starts to hurt a bit. Buy 3 or 4, you're trapped. You're trapped in your job. You're trapped on this treadmill. You can't get off. Well, you can, but you're going to have to do things differently. You're going to have to start thinking differently. Some of you have gems sitting in your portfolio that just with a little bit of tweaking could be turned around and start making you money. And oh my goodness, you're going to have to pay tax. Woohoo! Let's pay some tax. Because you know what, if we're paying tax, we're making money. Now I'll show you how to reduce tax. I am an accountant, all right? I'll show you how to reduce tax. I'll show you how to cut those things down. But it's a good thing to pay tax, because if you're paying tax, you're making money. So I'm going to change your attitude around that, and I'll show you a strategy. I'll show you a path that you can take, your choice, to replace your income. Just think about that. You have whatever you're earning now sorted. Comes in regardless of whether you go to work or you don't go to work. Imagine doubling it. Imagine trebling it. Imagine you're 5 years down the track and you got it sorted 2, 3, 4 times with passive income of whatever you earn now. Imagine what that would do to your life. Imagine how you feel. Imagine the difference in your kids or your family around you. Imagine how they think about you. Imagine the different paths that they would take as a result of you taking that action. Imagine the things you can do, the places you can go. And imagine this, the people you can help. That's why I do what I do, because I know what I do makes a difference. And I know that my students, when they go out there and they do replace their income and they do go out there and make a difference in their own lives, they make a difference in a lot of other people's lives that I will never know, never have anything to do with. And that gets me really excited. So guys, I would love to have you along at the next One Day event. Stay with me. I will give you a great day. You'll learn a lot. You'll have a lot of fun. You'll meet a lot of people. And I know we'll have a good time together. So if nothing else, come along and enjoy yourself. Let's spend a day together. And I'll see you at the next One Day event. Bye for now.